You can go home and not have any issues. I'm gonna practice a look. I'm gonna go look like something. Like a fool. I mean, when I at school, at school when I used to walk behind the chancellor that I worked for in the previous job, I was always just kind of around her, and I always had a Bluetooth in my ear, and I was quiet, and I would always sit, stand around, and the students would come up to me and say, "Can I go talk to her?" I'm like, "Yeah, man." He said, "Yeah, go ahead." He said, "Oh, you a bodyguard?" I said, "Ain't nobody got no bodyguard at no HBCU, man. Get out of here. Go on up there and say hey to that lady. You paying our salaries." But there's something about that look. I mean, once you get it, you're just like, you can rent yourself out as security. Security.
That's it.
You can do all that.
So Brian, kind of tell us what you got going in the future. What are some of the projects you're working on and that kind of stuff?
Let's see. The good thing is that I just finished shooting City on the Hill. It's a Showtime series with Kevin Bacon, and it's like the second show I did with Kevin Bacon. So I'm on the first degree of separation from Kevin Bacon right now. So it's a good place to be. Yeah. So I finished doing that, and I've been auditioning for a lot of the TV shows that are back up and filming in New York, and then also I'm going to. There were a couple of programs, a couple of movies that I auditioned for recently, shooting in Toronto and in Vancouver. So fingers crossed on those. Those would be leading roles.
Oh, awesome!
And of course, I would be a detective in both of those.
Oh, I wonder why.
Detective cop? I don't know. Yeah. Maybe I'll branch out.
Don't you hate when that happens?
So I do have a question. I actually have two questions. I was kind of confused by the first one. Was it a question or was it just a statement? William wants to know, why does actor usually seem to specialize in TV or movies? Like, why don't you guys cross in between two properly?
Well, it's really funny because there are so many television shows out right now. There's so many great TV shows out, and this is the golden age of television. So if you get one television show, then it's probably being cast by the same casting director in a second TV show, and then casting directors talk. So if you get in with one or two of the casting directors on a TV show, then like they'll start using you for the other TV shows, so that once you get into that realm, then you start doing more television shows. However, there are some casting directors who specialize in just films. Some in just feature films, blockbusters. There are a few who specialize in those. And if you get in with those, then you start doing more blockbusters. Or if you get in with a lot of the casting directors who do indies, then you'll start doing the indie circuit. So it really is, if you have a great agent, a great manager, and if the casting directors know you, then they'll put you on and they'll bring you into audition, and really is up to you at that point. So really, yeah.
No, he has a second part to the question. So are you a writer, producer, or planning to do?
Oh, yeah.
Either one of those.
I'm also a writer producer also. And really, as an actor, you have to start creating your own material, or else you will not get past a certain level. And you can add your own voice, but it's good if you were to produce your own things, write your own things, so you can show exactly what range that you do have. And really, that's the name of the game right now, because of the fact that these outlets like Netflix, Hulu, Amazon Prime, they need content. They need people to actually just give them a show. And if you're a writer, or if you're an actor who can write, or actor who can produce and bring people in, then you're giving them a finished product. And all they have to do is just put it on air.
Yeah, now you got my wheels turning. Now because you got all the other you got television show, you got the networks, then you got the you know, you got the HBOs and the premium channels, and now you've got these other offshoots, the Hulus, the Netflix, and those are just the ones that you know about, you know, the mainstream ones. But there are a whole lot of little, you know, my daughter was like, Dad, can I see such and such? She had me download some crazy app. I'm like, what the hell is this? And it has a whole list of shows and movies and things like that. So there's
Facebook has a couple of programs also. YouTube's
YouTube.
Yeah, I mean, just as long as you nowadays, writers, producers, actors, they hold the key to the distribution media. And prior to that, it was only major studios were the only distribution outlet. So like now you can do your own film. You can distribute your own film on YouTube, Facebook, Instagram. And if you get a good following, then at that point, these major these major distribution chains like the MGM or some of the great film producers, they will know that. They will see that you have a following. Therefore, they're like, okay, well, let's see what this person can do. Let's give him $50,000 budget. Mm-hmm. See what he can produce.
Wow. Chief, we got to get on it, man.
Yeah, man. But look, one thing you know for damn sure, we're gonna cast Brian as a cop.
As a cop, that's right. We got cops in there. We got to have a cop.
It's an easy
Brian,
thing.
one more question: which meaningful production? Which meaningful production? I'm trying. You guys keep making jokes.
She is mesmerized.
Right, has meaningful black roles. Which production house have the most meaningful black roles for black actors?
Well, look, anything that's shooting out of Atlanta right now, from Tyler Perry Studios. I mean, he will shoot an entire episode in one day. And the major theaters, they really looked at that. It's like, okay, well, it's never been done before. And he's really taken the production industry by storm. And the good thing is that he's given African-American actors, African-American writers, African-American producers, African-American unit property managers. I mean, every particular crew member that was traditionally a union for someone who was non-black. We are given more of an access point now whereby we can be the associate producer now. We can be an assistant writer now. We can do anything now just due to the fact that Tyler Perry has created such a juggernaut in terms of the entertainment industry for African Americans down in Atlanta, and that's feeding the entire country. So from that point on, Hollywood takes notice. Oh, well, this black actor was in Atlanta. Let's bring him out to Los Angeles. Let's see what he can do in New York. And that gives all of us a leg up. It just levels the playing field to a great extent.
Okay.
That keeps it interesting.
Mm-hmm.
See, when you get on some of those things, you might not play a cop on. You know, Tyler Perry might have you be a leading role, and then, you know, he's sitting up there and might have to kiss somebody.
As a cop, there we go.
Yeah, to kiss him and lock him up.
Yeah, really.
Oh, wait a minute, that's something else. That turns into something else. Then that gets crazy, Chief.
Yeah, really.
Yeah. Man,
handcuffs and everything else.
Right, that's right. You got it. Yeah, man.
I guess you'll catch a case at that point.
Right.
That's right.
You got to write something from back home and put everybody in it. We got
exactly.
We got to get all of those things. I mean, I'm looking into. I'm saying I'm gonna try it. I'm saying
you know we ought to do
white actors. I'm gonna do some of that stuff.
I got a project for us since we're all from Baltimore.
Okay.
And we can give it to Brian since he's a.
I'm not from Baltimore.
I knew that. See how you left it out.
But I just want to throw that in there. Sorry.
But see, since we have an actor producer extraordinaire in Brian, right? What we'll do is let's make a movie called "You'll Know If You Belong." What you think?
There we go.
What you think?
And then when you do that, we got half of the soundtrack already, right?
That's right.
Yeah, right.
So,
that's right.
oh yeah.
And on top of that, we can bring back who is it? Wayne Davis.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. Oh my God.
That's right.
As a DJ, Kevin Johnson. Can bring us
Tommy Davis, Wayne Davis. We can do it all.
So So think about that, Brian. You'll know if you belong. All the Baltimore folks will understand from around the country. As soon as they see that, they'll know that's a Baltimore thing.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
3 guns up. Pow. 3 guns. Pow. Then you can bring the cat thing back in. 3 guns up. Ding, 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 ding. Yeah, this will be good. This will be good. Man, I'm waiting for you to do your piece. I know it's coming. I know you're sitting there. You're going to have something that you've written, produced or something, and you're going to pitch it, and it's going to be out there, and you're going to be. Now, what do you think? If you were to do something like that, do you think it's easier to break in on TV and a TV show, or would a movie be easier to something that you would? Where would you focus if you were going to write something? Would you for the small screen or the big screen, or just
I would probably
more play.
It's a lot easier. Well, it's a lot easier to do a short film that you want to turn into a movie. So I would do something that would be like maybe a 15-minute movie, a short movie, and just try to expand upon that. I have a few things that I've written over the past 2 years or 3 years, and I just the hardest thing to writing is actually just sitting down and just
tell me about it.
It's just the hardest thing in the world. I mean, I like being active, so it's just one of the things where you have to learn how to just sit still and just write. But I think that for me, I would much rather write a movie or write a short film and then just go from there.
I'm sorry.
No.
I'm sorry. William said you need an alpha lead man.
That's
like
right.
Wendell.
Like Amari Hardwick or Wendell Phillips. I'll take it. Go, William. That's Will Peters. That's another Baltimore. That's another fella there. He's coming on. Another preacher kid, another PK.
So I got a question. Do they still have Film Fest?
It's not as big because of COVID. They have, or this week or last week was Sundance. Sundance, they were having showings in New Orleans and some of the other places in order to not have as many people come to one venue. So it really is either that way that they do it, whereby they have one main thing and then they break it out into virtual things, or they go with the entire virtual route for the film festivals. I've seen more film festivals that have gone virtual this year than in the past previous years.
Mm. So when you do go to Film Fest, do you come with like a 2-hour long movie, or do you just show, like what you were just saying, a 15 minutes of it?
Well, it all depends on what kind of category it is, because in all the film festivals, they have a short film category, they have a feature film category, they have documentary, they have comedy and what have you. And so it really runs the gamut. You can see a 10-minute short, that's really good. You can see a feature film that's 2 hours, that's horrible. And it's just, you have different categories.
Oh, okay.
Well, no, go ahead. I'm sorry, sir.
No, I'm saying this is good. This is good. I'm every now and then I'll go back and I'll think in my mind, I'll be imagining like, oh man, forget acting. Screw it. I waited too long. It's too much. I forget it. I'm done. I'm not doing it. I had my shot and I blew it. That's it. It's over. I'm done.
No. I mean, it's one of the things that really you were never too old to really start acting, because when you think about it, the number one demographic for just in terms of purchasing power are people who are in their 40s and 50s.
Oh,
and so in order to attract that sort of audience, they don't want to see a 15-year-old kid moaning about his like long long lost puppy level, whatever. They want to see themselves. They want to see the 45 to 50-year-old man, a woman, and going through